Let me even take you up on what you've just said. When lawmakers, follow the Senate president to, the court,
court.
whether it is a CCB, the High Court, as the case may be, what does that say about the stance of, this whole anti-corruption war being, around one man as against everybody else, including the National Assembly, buying into, this war?
What I will say, in my village, there is a saying that it's those people who had their clothes, spread for drying that fears if there's going to be rain. If the people in the National Assembly are sure and they know that they are not in any way hiding some anti-corrupt, cases even against them, they will not be doing what they are doing. They will allow everybody to answer his father's name.
All right, you hold it there, Ahmed. I have this question for you now, Paul and Anaba. The DSS stopped Dasuki from traveling. Instead, he was rearrested. Now, is a rule of law being flouted here, or does the DSS maybe have a cogent reason for having done what they did? You remember the judge affirmed that in criminal trial, just like you said, accused persons are supposedly assumed innocent
Until proven guilty.
otherwise.
Speaking for myself, I was not impressed with the way the DSS operated. You were before a court. A court made an order. The order was not made ex parte. The order was made on notice. You were aware of the application. You oppose the application. The judge takes a position. If you do not like the position, the Constitution says go on appeal and ask for a stay. Now you do not do that. You have no stay in place. You on your own, because you have force of arms and all that, stopped the implementation of that order. That is invitation to anarchy in this country, and I will not support it. I believe the president will not support it. Every Nigerian should condemn it. That is not to say that the DSS may not have a reason to say no. Even after the order has been made, we have discovered some reasons that the average Nigerian don't know why this order should no longer be implemented. In that case, they must bring an application to the court immediately. Now, the DSS cannot turn itself into an institution that did not obey the orders of court. Because the danger is, like as we say in my place, you can make a bad law for a bad person and it will catch the good person. Now, what happens if the DSS is prosecuting somebody and a judgment is given in favor of the DSS, and the accused or the other group refuses to obey that judgment of the court? What will the DSS do? Will they have the moral basis to talk about it? That is what we are opposing in this country. So the DSS should actually apologize to the court and apologize to Nigerians for shoddy handling of that, and take steps in future. Their legal department should be alive. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation should be alive to it.
Okay, before we let you go, we're pressed for time, really. Speaking of the siege on Dasuki's house in Asokoro that lasted 1 month and his eventual arrest, let's look at the cost of the against corruption in this country. I can imagine how much must have gone into, logistics and all of that in tracking down one man and, of course, the other people who have been arrested. Imagine if more people were to be treated like this. Was it really worth it that this siege was carried out for a whole 1 month only to arrest him eventually?
In the first place, we should not lay siege before we arrest anybody in this country. We're all equal before the law. On the second point, there is nothing too heavy, too expensive for the fight against corruption to succeed. And you are aware of the common saying that if you don't fight corruption, corruption will kill us. We need to kill corruption. So the cost is not consequential as far as I'm concerned. The result, the process, we are saving the future generation. We must set a good precedent today. The DSS must be obedient to the law. The federal government must comply with the law. But they must be determined and they must be decisive within the ambits of the law.
Paul Ananabadare, lawyer, thank you for being on TVC Breakfast. Would also like to thank you, Ahmed Zubair, for being on TVC Breakfast. Thank you, gentlemen.